Here we are again. I'm going to do a close-up this time. Now this is an experiment. I've turned the camera the other way around so that I think it should be slightly better quality. The oh God, sorry, the picture, but of course it is still just the electric light, which is fairly poor really. Anyway, I'll carry on doing a little bit more of the drawing using Indian ink and just a little stick thing. This is actually from a spray bottle that I got of acrylic ink. I got in Lidl, and of course the acrylic ink has run out a long time ago, and I replaced and the spray doesn't work either. It's just the stick that I like to use for drawing with. You could also just use the sharpened stick from the garden, or sometimes I sharpen the end of a paintbrush. I like that better than pens. I think pens can be a bit too predictable, and maybe a little bit fine or something. Make me feel like I should be writing calligraphy. I've kind of gotten used to this little set here. So I'm drawing the leaves of the cyclamen with ink. I hadn't anticipated working on this in the evening. I thought I would just leave it until tomorrow morning, but I came across it there after a little snooze on the couch, and I thought, oh, I could just draw the shapes of the flowers. And then I got trigger happy and started drawing the leaves as well. And now I'm thinking that maybe what I'll do is paint this painting in this light rather than change again to daylight. We'll see. I mightn't do any painting on it tonight. And it is lovely. The natural light falling on the petals is really nice. But I kind of like the way that the the way when you draw something in daylight, and then with electric light, the emphasis is on different parts. So a lot of the bits that I'm drawing now mightn't be as evident. Like the dark lines might be really bright areas in daylight. So I need to make an educated decision about what to do about that. Depends too on the time of day, because there's two windows in the living room. Sometimes it can be really bright at the front of the house and then totally different in the evening when there's light coming from the back. So sometimes I just close one of the curtains if I want to have one direct source of light. It's a very nice thing having two windows though. So that's just collage there. But I was thinking I might use some green paint to describe the rest of the leaves as well. I'm not sure. Let's see. Maybe I could bring that colour in somewhere else in paint or collage. Might do that tomorrow. I'll see anyway. And the other thing is the orange vase. I'm not sure what to do with that. I'll tell you what I feel like doing now. Anyways, putting a bit more brightness into the into those flowers. I mean, to be honest, I can hardly see myself really. the light isn't great in here. It's not very bright, I mean. Yeah, I'd say what I might end up doing is tomorrow I might end up bringing some oil paint into it. I don't have the inclination now really to do an awful lot of tonal work in the flowers while there isn't any really bright light falling on them, because where I'm putting the lights might be exactly the opposite in the morning, and I do want natural light, I've decided. I could do something with the pot. Or maybe I should leave that as well. I think I should leave that as well until the morning. Yeah. I don't know, will I do any more drawing either? Do you know what? I think I might do a little bit more drawing in. I'm just going to bring it closer. I'm going to do a little bit more drawing in there. There's a cavity here which is quite dark. In here is quite dark, and there's things like stems, and the underside of the leaf there is quite dark, and then there's some stems coming down at the back. And here there's another dark leaf. No harm to kind of have something indicated in here, ready for painting tomorrow. So there's quite a lot going on in there, but I don't know if it'll be visible tomorrow, but at least at the moment it looks like it's quite a dark area, and I want it to read that way. And I think it was looking like a light area when there's nothing drawn in there. Got a bit lost now. Where was I going with that? I think this needs to be lower down. That leaf needs to be lower down and a bit further over. Yeah, there. It's like finding jigsaw pieces to fit together. Okay. And steadying my hand with my finger there, baby finger. Erin was at a festival in Leeds, music festival. She just got back today. Sounds like it was a fantastic. She was away for 4 days camping. Really fantastic festival. By the sounds of things, anyway, she loved it. I gave her a grilling when she got back. She was saying there was a fantastic silent disco as part of it. That there was lots of activities for the folk who were camping overnight. Some people got day tickets and would have seen the main acts, but she said there was like loads of things going on. And there was rides and stuff like waltzers and that, like massive ones. And Erin's quite a daredevil with stuff like that, but she said even she was a bit kind of heart in her mouth stuff. You know, she didn't. There was a massive ride that she was on. She said you could see the whole campsite when you were at the top of it. That's exactly the kind of thing that I would absolutely hate. But the music, it would have been. I love live music like that. I think that's fantastic. There's something very particular in the energy when you're in a huge crowd as well, and there's a band that you love on stage. And Erin's favourite band are the Arctic Monkeys, and they were playing, and loads of others as well. And she said there was comedians and there was like music all night long in the campsite area where they were. And one night they had a silent disco, and she said it was absolutely brilliant. It was about 1,000 people, and if you took off your earphones, your headphones, she said everybody sounded like really awful. They were singing at the top of their voices, but really off key and everything. And she said it was so much fun. And she said it was different from the feeling of watching a band, because it was like everybody within their own friend groups there was no kind of one single location, like everybody was just dancing and having fun. You didn't have to fight to be close to the stage or something. And then she said the atmosphere was mighty. I can imagine it alright, like. And there was 5 or 6 channels on the headphones, so you could choose what song you listened to. But she said herself and her friends used to kind of listen to the same songs. I'd like to try that sometime. It's one of my favourite things I discovered this evening dancing around there with Lily is dancing around the house. It's one of my very favourite things to do. Like, it's been a long time since I've gone to my 5 rhythms. I used to go to 5 rhythms dancing in the woods. And I've not been to that now for 6 months or something. I don't know why. For a while I was desperate to dance outdoors, and I really loved it. But now it's more fun just spontaneously bursting into song and dance in the house, I think. I don't know. I didn't even realise it until Lily brought down her music tonight that I was desperate for a dance. And I had made myself some bread and butter and jam. Got some nice bread and my mum's jam, and I'd made a cup of tea. And after the dance I had no stomach for it. I was full up. Really, I was full up. I was just going to sit and read my book and have a cup of tea and all this nice fresh bread and jam, but I've put a cover over it now, and I'll have it for breakfast instead. That's the other good thing about dancing, is that it stops sugar craving and stuff like that. Or it just made me feel like actually I'm not hungry. I've been enjoying eating late at night. Like last night I made scones. I'd say I had them about midnight. I had a scone, and I had a portion of apple crumble, which I made literally, I'd say they came out of the oven at 11 o'clock last night. And I sat down then with my head dropping off every so often trying to read my book. And I'd say it was after 1 before I went to bed then. But that's not going to happen tonight now. And especially I need to make sure Lily goes to sleep early enough that she'll be awake and raring to go for school in the morning. It's kind of early days now, to be good to make sure that she's a foot in the door and she's properly in the routine of it, because she missed school today. Kept thinking that she'd go in a bit later. I'll go in at break. Actually, I'll go in at lunchtime. And then they were swimming today and she wasn't going to do it, and she said no point in going in now because it's only swimming. And then there was a class where her teacher wasn't there or something. You know, I remember this, the carry-on that used to go on in my head sometimes around school too, but I don't think I would have been staying off. I suppose it's no harm if you know, I don't know, I go through all kinds of arguments about it, whether I should be stricter with her. But she's got her own strictness in her own head as well. As in, she's got plans that you know, that I want to support where she doesn't miss any school at all. So it's not as though she's deliberately, it's not as though she's got a plan to not go to school. Anyway, I'm going to stop talking about that now. Not really focused on it. And you can't even see what I'm doing. That's the danger of this, isn't it? That I end up going here, there and everywhere in my picture. Sorry for the shake. I don't know why I didn't draw this one in earlier. I think I might be finding that I'm standing in different positions as well. So maybe some of these flowers I won't see tomorrow in the same way. Or I'll need to dance around in order to find the position I was looking from. And sure, that's okay too if it works. As I say, no, if it works for the painting, it doesn't matter. Just going to take that drop that's falling there and make the stem going that way. It's actually got a bud at the end of it, that one. Yeah, I'll catch that drip now because it's just annoying, isn't it? Need to give myself some clean kitchen paper, obviously. I keep using the tea towels. Every time I run out of kitchen paper, I just start using tea towels for painting, and then they're useless for being tea towels, obviously. They don't go back the way and start being tea towels again. And you know, I've actually filled a couple of bin bags of old sheets for single beds. We don't have any single beds now, so I thought I'm just going to take them to a second-hand shop. But I suppose what I could do is tear them up and use them here for rags. It's kind of handy to have cotton rags. This is actually a mug that they're sitting in. I'm doing it again. It's an orange mug that they're sitting in, and the handle is hidden at the back. I hadn't thought that I would put an outline around it, but it's just with all the black everywhere else, I started to feel like I want to bring that linear thing down. Oh, low battery. It's no harm in it. I'd say it's time for me to stop, really. So, there we have it. Pull you back now like a proper professional. That's it. Bye.